Let me tell you a secret. You can be first to break your generational poverty cycle. You can be the first to rewrite completely your family's story. You can be the first who will prove everyone, including yourself, that this can be done, regardless of if you are living in a poor country, if you are coming from a poor country, or if you're stuck in a job you hate. This can be done. I've done it myself, and I am no special. I'll tell you how, and I'll give you 5 strategies of how to break your generational poverty cycle and change yours and your family life forever. You are still young. You are smart, determined, and hardworking. Yet you're stuck. You're worried that you're gonna be just the next in your family, struggling forever, that somehow, magically, this is your path. This is your destiny. Let me tell you, no, it can be, but it doesn't have to be. All of it can stop with you. You can continue your life without doing any adjustments, and it will most likely end up as you are worried it will end up. You will probably be just another one in your family living a poor life. It is what it is. But it can change very fast, starting from you. You see, happiness in life, it's not about work. It's not about living in any specific place. It's not about chasing your dreams. Happiness is not existing. There is no happiness. Have you ever thought about this? Did you ever hear of anyone else saying that? Happiness is a moment. It's a moment in time. It can happen anytime, any day. You can be living in a poor country, go to a beach, enjoy the sun, and that's going to be a moment of happiness. It's going to be no different to your happiness when you're living in a developed country, when you're getting paid at the end of the month from the job you hate. This is a moment of happiness for somebody working job they hate in a country where a person living in a poor country would dream to be. This is just a moment of time in a whole month or a day, which we call happiness. So why is it that we can't, why is it we keep chasing it? I'll tell you why. Because we have generational traumas carried on from our family, and they have it from their family, and so on. This comes with, doesn't matter where you're born, is it a poor country or rich country, poor family or rich family, there are traumas everywhere. I know loads of rich people, I know millionaires, I also know poor people. I've been, growing up in a very poor country. It was post-Soviet, communist Poland. Every single family, every single person I ever met, they have trauma, right? So I even sometimes think, the people born in a very privileged families might have more severe traumas, but that's for a lesson for a different video, I suppose. As soon as you understand that you're not really after happiness, it's you trying to break free of your traumas, that's where you can start working towards actually achieving it. And in this video, I'll explain you what it means to break free from your trauma and what are the strategies to help you achieve your goal. You see, I am like you. When my journey started, I could barely afford anything. I was sleeping on the floor in a room smaller than anything with a couple of other friends. And I was looking for a job for 5 months. And eventually I got a job, and that was the lowest paid bicycle courier job. And I couldn't even speak language properly. My accent was horrible. I mean, I'm still not native. I speak fluently, but I'm not native. That's why it's non-native entrepreneur. But all these experiences, what they did not teach me about is how to be happy. I was never happy. It doesn't matter if I was making £100 a day or £50 a day. It was not a way to be happy. But they did teach me something much more important. They taught me our real strengths. Now, what we go through in our job, in our life, can either be our misery or a rocket to the future. It took me a few years to get out of the misery path and jump on the rocket and just fly up to the sky, high, high, high up. And then fall down a little bit, but that's another story maybe. But this was the crucial for me to understand. And I want to share with you 5 strategies I've not developed, I acknowledged about non-native entrepreneurs, people stuck in their jobs, people desperate to break free from the generational poverty cycles, people desperate to improve their and their families' lives. Every single one of you can do it. I mean it. I literally mean it. Every single one of you watching, even if you live the worst country in the worst continent in the middle of nowhere, you can still do it. It's just going to be hard, but you can do it. And what you've been through, it's going to be your rocket fuel. So, if this sounds like you, then I have good news. Here comes 5 strategies for you to change your life forever. All you need to do is to understand it and apply to your life and see the change happening in front of you. Right, let's go. The very first thing you have to understand is you don't go to work because your employer likes you or because there is such a big problem out there somewhere in the world that only you can come to this office, get paid a national minimum wage and solve it. Like, you are not solving any particular problem unless you are a doctor, a medical professional, a nurse, I don't know, a lawyer, but not even lawyers anymore really. You're not solving, you're just being an asset, move from one place to another, being paid just a little bit so you basically stay quiet and just get on with your life without causing much trouble and just not shaking everything around you. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's the moment you realize that, the moment you open your eyes to it, everything changes and you cannot unsee it. You can't just go back to your previous sleeping state. And this, from my experience, happens very often, maybe most often, from people who are working the worst, lowest paid jobs. And you know why? Because this is the raw, straight down, close to the bottom energy. There's nothing else for us to see. We can't see anything up high up in the offices, right? We can't see the potential, the future, because it's so high, so far away from us that all we can see is a shit in front of us. Our own feet, the dirt and shit here. And it's like, oh God, another day, another battle. But this is the most valuable experience you can learn from comparing to anybody else who's having their lives, the way they want. I'll give you an example. Let's say you are working at a reception desk in a big company in central London, and your job is to greet people coming in and out. Nothing special about this, right? Pretty boring. Hello, sir. Good morning, sir. Good night, sir. Goodbye, mum. Sign here, sign there. There's your pass. Smile. You hate it, right? You're not doing anything. You're not improving anything. But you're getting paid for it. Now, there is a magic into it. There is a real value here. No, it's not your salary. No, it's not that you didn't let some weirdo into the office. None of it. We don't care about this. But what you do have, what the power is you are the first point of contact for all the clients coming into that particular office. Think about this. This is one of the most expensive things in the business, the customer acquisition costs. To acquire a customer costs a lot of time and energy and money. You, on the other hand, are being paid to be standing in front of that customer every day, every moment of your work, of your working hours. How great is that? You literally can see customers. You watch them, you observe them every day. And now this is a key. There are two ways of doing your job. You can just come and do and fall asleep and get paid at the end of the month and just bye-bye. Or you come to your work and you watch. I call it a strategic education. You educate yourself about the behaviors of all the customers in and out, your bosses in and out. You watch them. Don't do anything. You don't do anything else. You just watch them and learn from what they do, how they do, and why they do. Learn this and memorize it. You will need it later in your journey. This is number one. This is your strength. Your boss does not know it. They don't know what guests do in the lobby. You do. And this is the new reality around business. We provide services, products to people. These people, not some imaginary, avatars, ideal customer profile. Bullshit. These are your customers. The people coming to you, hello, have a chat, ask a question. This knowledge, I would pay a lot of money to know a lot of things about my clients. And they won't tell me, but they'll tell you. Second most important thing is to build your persona. No, I don't mean to be fake, but I mean to rediscover yourself. Look, if you think everything is great with you, I don't need new clothes, I don't need new vocabulary, I don't need new habits, I don't need to rediscover myself, my new persona, then why are you even watching this? You do need it. Otherwise, everything would be great. Things are clearly not great. You want help. This is it. It's time for you to accept the old you was not serving you very well. There's no need to be angry about it or hold some, anger towards your parents or people you grow up with. No, they did their best. Be grateful. Call them up now. Pause the video, call your mom, say, Moms, thanks for that. But now it's time for me to rediscover myself, to change it. Like you see people, some Polish, and it's I can recognize Polish people from miles on the street. I just know because the way they dress, the way they walk, the way they behave, it's generational trauma, which makes us look and behave the way we do and behave. Nothing wrong with that. But if you aspire to be or to do more, it's time to rediscover, change your persona. Who do you want to be? Then be that person. What does that mean? Again, let's go back. You work at a low-paid job, a receptionist, which is, by the way, it's a really, it's an amazing job if you know all the strengths being a receptionist, but we don't know because nobody teaches you about this. I can. Why would you not think in your head as a manager or a CEO, a director? Why would you not behave this way? Why would you not dress this way? You think in your head there's a limitation. You shouldn't. Oh, we always dress this way. Oh, we always do this way. Yeah, they do, but they're always unhappy. All of them. You don't want to. You want to quit that job. You want to change it. Well, then change now your persona. Change your photo in your profile. Make it professional. Get a headshot. You can do it for free on with the tech on the internet. Change your clothes. Get yourself a set of clothes which is going to be your top clothes you're going to wear with pride. Read books to increase your vocabulary. Get better language. Speak to yourself. Train. Go to the gym. Change yourself. Become who you want to be. You cannot become somebody who you want to be without becoming that person first. It's not like you're going to suddenly you quit the job and you become a director. You need to get to where you want to be a director or a manager, or maybe open a business. It's a journey. You have to start now, and you can. And trust me, when you do that, it might feel uncomfortable at the beginning. This will change everything for you. You will become more confident. You will learn things about yourself. You will be like, wow, now I love it. And it will give you the energy you wouldn't believe you have. Doesn't matter how many coffees you drink. You never feel that energy. Change your persona. Start from today. You know, when we go about our lives, everything seems to be very mechanical, no? Like everything has its order and time. You come to work at 8, or say 7:55. 7:57, Joanne comes. 7:59, Christopher comes, and he goes straight to the coffee machine. And then Patrick is always late, and he's just locking his bike outside, right? Every day. It's like on and on and on. And then you do your work, and you have 11 o'clock coffee break or break. And then first thing you do is you go to a loo, then you go to a coffee, then you meet a Steve from the third floor, because that's what he does every day. And so on and so on, and madness continues. And if you would just jump back up, just zoom out and look from the above, from the bird view. You look at yourself. Study the last 5 to 10 minutes, or even a whole day if you can. How it's madness. It's zombies. Like, it's not alive. It's not living. It's a factory line. I don't know. Imagine yourself. This is how can you be happy, to be fair, if you're living life like this? And every single one of us is or has been living this way. And it doesn't have to be about work. It can be about your life. Even if you're a millionaire, people just do the same thing over and over, the same way, same time, with same people, same everything, same breakfast, same going this one, same lunch. I sit on this side, I go on the train, I sit on the tube, always around the same part of the train, same side. You must break it free from it. How can you break your generational poverty cycle if you can't break your daily routine? Think about this. You're gonna I told you it can be done. I didn't tell you it's gonna be like, done easy by itself. You have to put some effort. Same happens if you live in a poor country. Why do you have to do things the same way? If you have to do things, great. Well, how about you, rather than turning left, turn right? Do it for your own mental health, and to break the cycle. To break the big cycle, you need to learn how to break the small cycle. Another advantage of it is, if you're at work, you will meet different people. If you keep meeting Steve from the second floor by the coffee machine, you heard all about his marriage problems, I don't know, health problems, car problems, this problem. Forget him. Like, let him be. Move. Change the place. Go outside. Go elsewhere. Hang around where maybe other people are, people you would like to be like. Break. Watch and break. Watch things. Observe yourself. Observe the madness around your everyday routine, and break the cycle one by one, by one, by one, again, and so on. Eventually, if you do that, if you build your persona, if you understand your work, the strength behind it, and you break the cycle, like the small daily routines, you literally became a new person, new you, within a few days, like literally in 1 week. You would do more than people do all their lives in 1 week with zero money spent. That's just the foundation for what I am going to tell you and who you want to become. This is how you start, with nothing, and you don't have to sweat in the gym for 5 days. That is great if you do it, but it starts and ends here. You have to do it yourself, and you can do it. So now we're moving to a fourth option. It's a developing an opportunity mindset. No, I'm not saying develop the growth mindset, develop the money mindset. It might help. It's great, but it's hard. It's hard. It takes time, and if you're stuck in a shitty job or poor country or place you really don't like to be, it's hard to suddenly, hey, start thinking about positive and money, like develop money mindset. That's nonsense. That's internet gurus talking about shit. They've never been through these things, right? I mean, the worst ones are the people who've just been born into, rich families, handed over, keys to profitable businesses, and then they go to Twitter and they just tell you, oh, I run 6-figure agency. Like, no, you don't. You don't. You're just playing around with money you've been given by from someone. We're talking about basics for people like you and me. Somebody who's coming from difficult background or with somewhere where it's not great and you want to improve. How? Somebody who's an immigrant, or somebody who can't speak well language, or who's got a big chip on our shoulder because we don't feel good enough about ourselves because we have traumas. The opportunity mindset, it's not about the failure, it's your opportunity. No, it's about whatever you do, there's an opportunity there. It's not a challenge. When you see these guests, when you're at reception, remember that you work at the reception desk and you get new guests coming. This person can potentially change your life forever. And I don't mean it like for the video. I mean it. Everything in life happens between people, at least for now, for another some near future, right? Before the robots, Teslas replace us. But right now, everything is between human interactions. The key decisions and life-changing decisions are happening between two people, two or more. Every single person coming to this reception desk can change your life now or in the future. They won't do it if you're just going to be, hello, what's your name? Sign here. I don't think they'll change much in your life, though. But if that person comes and you just have this energy, say, I'm grateful for today, there is an opportunity. Hi, hello, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Alex. I'm grateful to greet you. I'm happy to greet you here. Please leave your name because we can issue you a ID card. Please have a pleasant stay with us. If you need any help, I'm here. Please let me know whatever I can help you with. You do that for every person who comes to your desk. I guarantee there will be changes in your life happening. These people, I would be blown away. I would take your name or contact to your LinkedIn or something. And I knew when I would need somebody to work with like this, you would be the guy or lady I would be calling. I wouldn't be looking for CVs. I would be looking for somebody like this, for you. But you need to be in front of, I need to see you. There's millions of people everywhere all the time. I can't see you because you're not being seen. The opportunity mindset drives you to this place. And you can develop it by small steps, taking every day. The job you don't like, the boss you hate, fine. Be grateful for having a job, having a boss, and look for opportunities. Maybe what you don't like about your boss is everybody shares the same feeling. That's an opportunity. Why is it? What's the problem there? That's an opportunity mindset. You can have a mindset of being grumpy. I hate you. And then he's going to hate you in return. And then both of you are going to be grumpy. What's the point? Find out why you don't like him or why others don't like him. That's an opportunity. Work around it. Either work with him, improve his life, or others, or his bosses. There's so much opportunity in everything we do. Every single task you do in your life is an opportunity, if only if you look at it from the opportunity mindset. And it doesn't cost you anything. You can literally start doing it from today. And the last one is your wellness, your health and well-being, physical and mental. It might sound cringe, but if you don't look after yourself, you won't make it. I'm sorry, unless you're very young. You might just as well use that time to actually, improve yourself. All these techniques and things I told you, like greeting people, making effort, it takes lots of energy and commitment, and your body will use that energy and you will feel it. It's a hard work, improving your life. It's a very hard work. And the last thing you want to do after the busy day like this is to go back home and just spend the rest of the afternoon on the sofa watching some useless film and just stuffing yourself with, I don't know, some junk food. And I'm not health guru, I'm not personal trainer or anything. I'm just saying that you must prioritize it in order to achieve your success and happiness. Quote, right? Happiness. It's a long and difficult journey, and you will need every bit of energy you can have. And stay sane. I mean, people are really it's difficult out there, right? People are really losing their minds. And you don't want it. Like you will need energy and strength to embrace the challenges and just get through it. And then wake up the next day and keep smiling, stay positive. It's not as hard as you might think. You might start slow. You might just change a little bit, like watch and break. Rather than traveling on the tube all your journey, and for all you guys don't know, tube, we call it's a train, underground train, we call it tube in the UK, London, because it looks like tube. Rather than traveling all your journey on the tube, why don't you just get off one step before and walk? Or rather than using escalators, why don't you just walk on the stairs? Once a week, like anything. But that's another little break. That's how you're breaking the cycle. That's how you need to break it all by step, small steps. And if you put all these things in together, one by one, 5, I promise you, your life will change almost immediately. It's going to be days, maybe weeks, not years. I'm not asking you to stick to any difficult plan, I don't know, sacrifice your life, friends. That's for later. If you're serious, if you lasted long enough. Do these things, small steps, break the cycles, look after yourself. And you will be grateful for that. Your future you will. Look, if this video helps, if it resonates with you, please leave me a like. Subscribe or consider subscribing to my channel. Your support means everything. By the time you watch this video, it's probably going to be more than 200 subscribers, for which I am super grateful. The channel is growing, but obviously all thanks to you guys. So me talking to camera makes some sense, apparently. So thank you so much for being here, for all your support. If you have any questions, leave your comment. I'm trying to answer all of them. And until next time.